Hi, I'm Giacomo Giagnolti. I want to wish a very special Happy Father's Day to all the Tam fam fathers out there.
Peace, Tam fam. Just want to wish everybody, man, a happy Father's Day. Coming from the man, stay mellow.
Welcome back to our Father's Day special. We are back with our panel, comedian, boy dad, author of an upcoming memoir available for pre-order right now, the man of many fathers, Roy Jr., my co-host for the hour, and pastor and parenting expert, author of Punishment-Free Parenting, and our dad of four, John Fogel, and also with us, someone near and dear to my heart. He's been working on this memoir for many, many years, and it is here. Yet here I am, the uncle of five, Jonathan Capehart, in the house. Jonathan, I have been there with you as you were laboring over this story that you wanted to share. All three of you right now don't have your fathers to say Happy Father's Day to. You've gone through different challenges. I know a lot of people in this audience can understand that. And you wrote in the book about your dad, Willie Everett Capehart, who you called Capehart. In the book, you say, often wonder what I've missed by not having a father and learning from him, the lessons on how to navigate the world, to truly understand the expectations and advantages that come from being a Black male. How was it digging deep into your story and asking yourself, how would my life be different if he were around?
My father died when I was 4 months old.
Yeah.
So I never knew him. That picture there and the picture of him in his flag-draped coffin were the first images that I ever had of him. And so as a result, I looked for father figures, Uncle McKinley, who we talked about a moment ago. But then as I got older, we call them mentors when you get older. But when you are the only son of a widow, just sort of subconsciously, you are looking for a father figure. And luckily for me, I have lots of father figures in my life. Some of them have been former bosses.
Yeah.
And they somehow saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself. And that's what I imagine that fathers do, that they nurture that young soul and push them where they should be, where they need to be, give tough love. But what I also write in the book was that even though I had these very loving father figures in my life, I understood that they didn't have the ultimate responsibility for me.
When you talk about your father's picture that you were shown for the first time, your Uncle Johnny showed you a picture of your dad, and you said, I took one look at his eyes peering back at me from the painting and exclaimed, who the hell is this? It took a moment, but the answer was those eyes. And as the realization swept over me, I whispered, that's my father.
Right. And the next line is the key, was when I wrote this, it sort of hit me in the stomach. Recognition.
But no connection.
But no connection. Which is why it took me like a couple more seconds than normal to realize that the person peering back at me was my own father. And so even though, yes, that's my father, but I have nothing to tie me to him. I have no pictures of us together. I have no memories of us together doing anything. And so to me, that's why, I call him Capehart, the way my mother calls him, Capehart, because I mean, that's the closest I'll ever be to him.
I love how emotional all of you have expressed yourselves about fatherhood, because we have the dad jokes and we start off with the fun, but sometimes we don't offer space for that emotional conversation about fatherhood. Roy, your father was a civil rights activist in the movement in Birmingham, Alabama. You were 16 when he passed away. So now, like Jonathan, you were saying, this key moments of my life, I'm 16 and I don't have my dad there.
Prostate cancer took my father. So you have that last year where you can try to get in whatever you can get in conversation-wise, but you just don't know what you don't know. And it took having a child for me to it literally opens up hidden files in your hardware where you go, that's the stuff I should have been asking him about. It was all these microscopic moments where you didn't know you were absorbing something from another man that you realize, that's the nugget that I need to take and pass that on to my child.
I love that, because you don't know. Yeah, please, absolutely. And John, from the perspective of a dad with kids and trying to be not that your parent or your father was wrong, but be better and learn. And that's why you talk a lot about how we punish, because fatherhood can be associated with punishment.
Absolutely. So I lost my dad right after I had my first.
Yeah.
And so my journey into punishment-free parenting was a journey that kind of traveled through deconstructing what it was like to be a dad without a dad. But fatherhood to me has become much better without punishment.
Yeah.
And I realized that all the best moments in my relationship with my dad were not the moments of punishment. They were the moments of deep discipline, which is to mean that he was teaching me.
Well, I'll tell you, I am just blown away by each of your stories and what you bring. I'm blown away. You're going to babysit Moses after this show.
Yeah, okay, where is
you
he?
managed to do all of that and babysit. The Funko. I'll tell you, to our audience at home and those of you watching, these are must-reads that I highly recommend that you put on the nightstand. Roy's book is upcoming, pre-order available now. It's called The Man of Many Fathers, comes out October 28th, available for pre-sale. John's book, Punishment-Free Parenting, and of course, Jonathan's highly anticipated memoir, Yet Here I Am, out now. And guess what? Studio audience, you're going home with a copy of what I know are books to value, to grow our children. And you can watch Jonathan the weekend, Saturdays and Sundays from 7 to 10 Eastern on MSNBC, and the third season of Roy's Show, Have I Got News for You, premieres Saturday, September 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern on CNN. We'll be right back.
Coming up, Antonia Bennett, the daughter of legendary jazz singer Tony Bennett, is honoring her dad with an unforgettable performance.